Hi guys, Adam Hayes here with YakAngler.com. We're with Paul from Unfair Lures. Paul's got a few things to show us today. Paul, tell us what you got to show us today.
Unfair lures. Critical thing about unfair lures is fish feed with both their eyes in stereo, and you might think that sounds stupid, but they look for what they know by profile, and with their lateral line systems they hunt for what they know by sonic signature under the water. So the unfair lures baits are an exact replica of the bait you'll find in the water. So when a fish sees an unfair lure, he's not looking at something strange, but he's looking at something that he knows by sight. And when you pull this lure in the water, that fish with its lateral lines knows the sound that this greenie would make. So it looks right, it sounds right, kaboom.
And it makes it damn near unfair.
Yeah, and this is the unfair greenie, one of the models. It comes in 14 colors to be released in the next 2 weeks. The greenies have got something interesting because it's a wide flat bait. They flutter when you cast, but it has long cast technology inside it, which is our pre-patent technology. The weights fall into the tail, and for the bass guys, when this lands on the water, just if you wanted to go 6 feet, just let 6 feet of line out your rod tip, flip the bail, and when you drop your rod tip, when your rod is level with the water, it's 6 feet down. The first time that you smack the rod tip, the weights transfer to the belly, and now you fish it like a little shad or like a little greenie.
Awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
Awesome looking lure. We got a couple others here. What's the next one?
The rip and slash, most spoken about bait in the state of Florida right now. This is one of our new, this is the olive trout coming out in the next 2 weeks. We'll have 18 colors in the rip and slashes. It's a seriously easy to fish lure. It's basically a cigar minnow, but a cigar minnow is a long bait, Adam. So what I did is I shortened the cigar minnow, but I used the head and the tail section, which creates the sonic signature. And this catches about anything. We're at 524 species already, and people are sending us fish of just unreal fish pictures from all over the place. This is the rip and slash's bigger brother, which will be available in a top water in the next 2 weeks, and also in a slow suspend, also 20 colors. And for the guys that are yak angling, I really would love to show you this one. This is the guy that you can drag behind your yak up Panama City way or offshore. Which kingfish or mahi is not going to eat this little baby bonita?
How do you?
Okay,
all right, we got one last one here, man.
Cool.
Tell us about this.
This is Paul's Arrowhead. I designed it to be a super search bait. It's got a nice profile. It's got a sharp cutting edge all the way around, hence the name Arrowhead. But this has an extremely erratic action with a long casting. They cast really beautifully. The cool thing about the greenie and the Arrowhead is when it drops to the bottom, it'll actually sit on its front hook. It won't lie down over in the substrate. It actually will suspend on its hook. So you can fish them on a sandbar for flounder and just fish them lightly, or just use them as a search bait. You just cast them down a shoreline and just work them. I recently sight fished a 50-pound black drum with this little this Arrowhead right over here. Unfair lures are made with components proudly manufactured in the United States, keeping American workers at work, assembled offshore. They come back at a price under $10, where we can even get the youngsters to start fishing and keep them off their devices. Let's get America fishing.
You got one last hook you want to show?
Yeah, man, and I wanted to show the folk at YakAngler and all our fisher friends on TV. This is my own designed new hook by Mustad. You'll notice that the barb sits on the outside of the hook. An interesting thing that you might want to know about hook technology is when you hook a fish and it's only with one prong and you're pulling on the eye of the hook, you get a yaw with a hook like that. In other words, a very poor angle of hook set. Now imagine if the barb is on the inside, you're getting the hook penetrating like that, and you got a barb there, you literally got a doorstop. Cool thing about this is as you set the hook, it's smooth shanked on the inside, the hook just slips all the way in, and there's no pressure behind the shank, so the barb just goes into an empty space. The reverse is true when the hook comes out. But the coolest thing about this for catching and releasing fish, gill hooked fish that bleed, this is a smooth shank around a gill raker. You're not going to get a barb sliding up and down, slicing a fish's gill rakers. And let's face facts, in today's day, man, we need to be releasing some of our fish for tomorrow. I don't want all my grandkids to look at a fish in a picture. Another cool thing is you'll see a spot on my thumb right over there. This is real quick. I had this hook same turbo set buried up to the bend with a snook hanging on it. I got the snook off the other hook. I simply pulled this hook upwards, creating a gap behind the bend of the hook, and I just slipped it out. So imagine if you got a plug that a ladyfish is shaken off, and with the tension of the line you got a plug in your face. You know, you don't have to go to the emergency room, guys. All you do is...
Nice.
I call it ga-boom, let's carry on fishing.
Nice.
Thanks very much for your time, guys. And
appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Look out for you on the water. It'll be great seeing you guys on the water.
Thanks, guys.